Captain, before we step onto this return and support island, tell me, what does back make you feel when it means the rear side of something? Going to a previous place or time and giving someone support like, I've got you. Meaning 1, the rear side of something, the part behind. Used for the opposite of the front. Example, Grace stood at the back of the deck to watch the wake. Common use, back of the ship, back door, in the back. Back deck, meaning to return to a place or earlier state or time, go back or come back, used when someone returns or something returns to how it was. Example, Grace went back to the chart room to double-check the course. Common use, go back, come back, back again. Back inside, meaning 3, to support someone, to be on their side, back someone. Used when you give help, approval, or protection. Example, Grace backed the new sailor when the plan was questioned. Common use, back a friend, back the idea, have your back. Back you up. Back is flexible. It can be a noun, the back, an adverb, go back, or a verb, back someone. The role in the sentence tells you the meaning. Stay steady and return with purpose, Captain. Carry back for what's behind you, for the step that takes you to where you were, and for the support that says, you're not alone as we sail to the next island. Captain, before we step onto this strong-feeling island, tell me, what does awful make you feel when it means very bad, shocking in a serious way, and extremely intense, so strong it overwhelms you? Meaning 1, very bad, unpleasant, terrible. Used when something is low quality or makes you feel strongly negative. Example, the food tasted awful after the storm soaked the supplies. Common use, awful weather, awful mistake, awful day. Awful taste, meaning 2, shocking or very serious, causing fear or horror. Used when something feels frightening, tragic, or deeply disturbing. Example, they heard an awful crash from the pier in the dark. Common use, awful news, awful sight, awful tragedy. Awful news, meaning 3, extremely intense, often used with awfully too. Very great in degree, used when something is strongly felt, sometimes in older or formal style. Example, Grace was awful tired after the long crossing. Common use, awful tired, awful loud, awful lot. Awful tired. Awful usually means terrible, but in some expressions it can mean very awful tired. Context decides whether it's negative judgment or just intensity. Name the feeling precisely, Captain. Carry awful for truly bad moments, for shocking serious events, and for overwhelming intensity when something hits you hard as we sail to the next island. Captain, before we step onto this mindset and manner island, tell me, what does attitude make you feel when it means your way of thinking, the way you behave toward others, and your physical position or stance? Meaning 1, a person's way of thinking or feeling, mindset, used for how someone sees life, work, or challenges. Example, Grace kept a calm attitude during the rough crossing. Common use, positive attitude, attitude toward change, mental attitude. Attitude matters. Meaning 2, the way you behave toward someone, tone or manner, often negative. Used when someone seems rude, defiant, or disrespectful. Example, the officer warned the sailor about his attitude. Common use, give attitude, bad attitude problem. Attitude check. Meaning 3, a physical position or orientation, posture, or angle. Used in aviation, sailing, engineering, or movement to describe how something is angled. Example, the drone adjusted its attitude to stabilize the camera. Common use, aircraft attitude, pitch attitude, attitude control. Attitude level. Attitude is often about mindset or behavior, but in technical context, it means physical orientation, tilt, or angle. The setting, people talk versus equipment, makes it clear. Steady the mind in the course, Captain. Carry attitude for your inner mindset, your outward manner with others, and the physical orientation that keeps things balanced as we sail to the next island. Captain, before we step onto this method and move island, tell me, what does approach make you feel when it means coming closer, using a particular method, and beginning to deal with someone to make a request or start a conversation? Meaning 1, to come nearer, to move closer to something or someone. Used for physical or time distance getting closer. Example, as night approached, Grace checked the lanterns. Common use, approach the dock, approach slowly, approaching storm. Approach zone, meaning 2, a method or way of doing something. Used when you talk about how you handle a task or problem. Example, Grace's approach to conflict was calm and direct. Common use, new approach, practical approach, approach to learning. Approach simple steps, meaning 3, to speak to someone in order to ask for something or start a discussion. Used when you contact someone with a request or proposal. Example, Grace approached the harbor master about extra supplies. Common use, approach someone, be approached by, approach the manager. Approach request. Approach can be movement, coming closer, a plan, method, or a conversation step, contact someone. Move in calmly and choose your method, Captain. Carry approach for coming closer for the strategy you use and for the respectful step of contacting someone to open a door as we sail to the next island. Captain, before we step onto this clarity and connection island, tell me, what does articulate make you feel when it means speaking clearly, expressing an idea precisely, and being connected by joints so something can move smoothly? Meaning 1. Able to speak clearly and effectively. Used to describe a person who speaks in a clear, confident, easy to understand way. Example: Grace is articulate even when the meeting gets tense. Common use: articulate speaker, highly articulate, articulate and calm. Articulate speaker, meaning 2. To express an idea clearly and precisely, to put into words. Used when you communicate thoughts in a structured, understandable way. Example: Grace articulated the plan in 3 simple steps. Common use: articulate a point, articulate your thoughts, articulate the problem. Articulate the plan, meaning 3. Connected by joints, designed to move, mechanical or technical. Used for parts like arms, tools, or structures that are linked so they can bend or rotate. Example: The articulated crane arm lifted the cargo with steady control. Common use: articulated arm, articulated joint, articulated mechanism. Articulate joints. Articulate can describe people, clear speakers, or actions expressing ideas, and in technical contexts, it describes jointed movement, articulated arms, vehicles, or tools. Make your meaning steady, Captain. Carry articulate for clear speech, for precise expression, and for jointed movement that stays controlled as we sail to the next island.